Instagram isn't what it used to be. The algorithms changed, the audience has evolved, and what worked even 6 months ago might already be dead. In most cases, it pretty much is. Over the last 10 years, I've helped thousands of businesses generate millions in reach and revenue, and these are the strategies that made it happen. So if you want better results from Instagram, more reach, more leads, more sales, there are 3 things you absolutely need to know. And they work whether you're growing a personal brand, running a business, or helping clients do both. First up is a 3-part strategy I call Confirm, Connect, Convert. It flips the way most people approach content, and once you see it, you won't be able to go back. It's simple, it's repeatable, and it works everywhere. Not just Instagram, but across nearly every social platform out there. Never heard of it? Don't worry, most people haven't. So I'll walk you through it step by step and show you how to make it work for you. Next, we'll break down the 2 forces that control everything on Instagram, the algorithm and the audience. If you don't align with these, your content will flop, no matter how creative or clever it is. And finally, I'll show you a concept called attention arbitrage, the most overlooked growth lever on the platform right now. It's what top marketers and creators are quietly using behind the scenes, and today, I'll show you how to use it too. So let's kick things off with the first piece. Confirm, connect, convert. Let me show you a strategy called Confirm, Connect, Convert, because once you see how it works, you'll never look at Instagram the same way again. Most people treat Instagram like a casual social app, but if you're building a business, it's not just a feed, it's a mini website. Think of it like a boutique storefront. Your job is to first confirm that they're in the right place, next, connect so they feel welcome and understood, and then convert by guiding them toward a clear next step. Miss even one of these and people will scroll right past, just like walking out of a store that feels confusing or cold. Let's start with the first piece, confirm. When someone lands on your Instagram, the first thing they're wondering is, am I in the right place? And if you don't answer that within seconds, they're gone. Imagine walking into a store with no sign, weird lighting, and random stuff on the shelves. That's what Instagram bios feel like for most people. Your job here is to confirm for visitors exactly who you help, what you help with, and what to do next. So here's how to do that. First, use a high quality profile picture, ideally your face if you're the brand. Next, write a clear bio with a value focused headline. Use links strategically, and if you've got more than one, make sure your most important is right there at the top. Next is connect. Now that people know they're in the right place, it's time to create connection. Connection happens in 2 places. Timing, when you post, and talking, how you engage. Mess up either, and your reach tanks. So let's start with timing. Have you ever poured your heart and soul into a post only to hear crickets? Haha, me neither. It's not that your content sucked, it's that your audience was asleep. Think of Instagram like a party. You don't want to show up at 3 a.m. when the lights are off, the doors are locked, and the DJ's already gone home. You want to walk in when the room is full, energy's up, and everyone's paying attention. According to Sprout Social, these are the best times to post. Mondays from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., Tuesdays from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., Wednesdays from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., and Fridays from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. The best days are Tuesday and Wednesday, and the worst day is typically Sunday. But the best data is always your own. So always check your Instagram insights to find when your audience is most active and build your posting schedule around that. Okay, next, the talking part of Connect. Years ago, I heard someone say something that stuck with me. It was, conversations are the new leads. And on Instagram, that's truer than ever. Engaging with your audience, in comments, DMs, stories, well, it builds trust faster than anything else. One client I worked with tripled their leads just by spending 15 minutes a day in the DMs. No funnel, no ad spend, just conversations. So reply manually if you can and start real conversations. And if your inbox is looking more like a fire hose than a funnel, well, set up smart reply templates or use DM tools to make it scale without losing that personal touch. Personally, I use something called High Level to do this that allows me to automatically respond to both comments on posts and DMs and automatically follow up, nurture the lead, and everything is taken care of with some pretty magical AI. So I'll make sure to put a link in the descriptions below this video that's going to get you access to an extended free 30-day trial of the software so you can try it out for yourself and see just how incredible it truly is. Okay, next is convert. So, you've confirmed your audience is in the right place. You've connected with great content and real conversations. Now, you've earned the right to convert. And here's the good news. Converting on Instagram doesn't mean being pushy or spammy or salesy. It means making it easy for people to take that next step. So, here's how to do it. Guide your audience toward the next step in your content. Don't just wait for them to find it. Use Instagram DMs to send personalized offers, resources, or follow-ups. Lead with value and earn the right to offer something. The more conversations you start, the more trust you build. And the more trust you build, the easier it is to make the sale, whether that's a product, a service, or just a click to your next offer. And that brings us to the next major piece of the puzzle. How do you actually get in front of the right people and more of them? Well, Let's talk about audience and algorithms. So by this point, you've optimized your profile, you're posting at the right times, and you're starting conversations. But how do you actually get seen? Well, that comes down to just two forces. Number one, your audience, and number two, the algorithm. And here's the kicker. They both want the exact same thing. Content that's interesting, that's entertaining, that's educational or valuable. Why? Because that's what keeps people on the platform, which is how Instagram makes money. And it's what makes your audience stop and tap and engage, which is how you make money. Think of the algorithm like a nightclub bouncer. Your audience is the guest trying to get in, and your content, well, that's the outfit. You might have the best message in the world, but if you present it poorly, like showing up to a party in a bathrobe holding a pizza, well, the algorithm is just gonna slam the door in your face. Not that I would know from personal experience. So how do you create content both the algorithm and your audience love? Well, it comes down to two parts. First is the message. This is what you're saying. Next is the packaging. This is how you deliver it. And this is where most business owners and most creators mess up. Big time. They spend hours crafting the perfect message, then post it in the wrong format. The result? No reach, no clicks, no growth. So what packaging works best right now? Well, my friend, that would be short form vertical video. Instagram calls them Reels, YouTube calls them Shorts, TikTok calls them TikToks. Same shape, same style, same goal. Grab attention fast. This format is still being pushed harder than anything else, and that means it's your best shot at riding the algorithm wave. So let's look at what makes people actually pay attention. Here's the thing about attention. It's always moving. Back in the 2010s, blogging and SEO were the kings. If you ranked high on Google, you had a license to print money. Back then, I was all in, optimizing blogs, studying keywords, learning WordPress, and it worked. Until it didn't. Because then came social media, and with it, a massive shift in where people spent their time. And the lesson? If attention moves and you don't move with it, you get left behind. And that's what attention arbitrage is all about. Finding platforms where attention is underpriced and competition is still low, and getting in before the stampede. And right now, that platform is still Instagram. With over 2 billion monthly users and a massive push behind Reels, Instagram is handing out reach to creators who show up with value. But most people still don't know how to use it. They post once a week, they reshare old TikToks, or they drop a quote and hope for the best. Which means there's a huge window right now to grab attention while everyone else is asleep at the wheel. Here's the proof. A buddy of mine, who I originally worked with as a client, runs a local fitness studio called Sage Strength and Conditioning. He was looking to grow, so he started posting 3 simple reels a week. Nothing fancy, just quick tips and transformations. Within a few months, he added hundreds of thousands of followers without spending a dime. And, more importantly, clients started reaching out, all saying the same thing. I saw your reel. This is like buying beachfront property before the resort gets built. Everyone wants to be there after it's booming, but the real opportunity is right now, when it's still quiet, still cheap, still full of potential. So if you're wondering how to stand out when everyone else is chasing attention, well, let's look at the answer. And no, it's not luck. It's psychology. Ever had a piece of content totally flop? Nah, me neither. All while seeing something of lesser value totally blow up? Well, it's frustrating. But it's not random. There's actually a science behind what gets shared, and marketing professor Jonah Berger cracked the code in his book, Contagious. He discovered that viral content usually includes a few very specific traits. So here are 3 that can instantly upgrade your posts. Number 1, emotion. People don't share facts, they share feelings. Whether it's joy, awe, anger, or anxiety, emotional content is more likely to be shared. Trigger the emotion, then deliver the value. Number 2, practical value. People love to share things that make them look smart, helpful, or insightful. Think hacks, tools, or most people don't know this, but give them something that's worth passing on. Number 3, triggers. These are sights, sounds, or moments that remind people of your content, even after they've left. For example, NASA lands on Mars, Mars bars sell more. Kit Kat says, take a break, coffee triggers candy cravings. So remember this, trigger plus emotion plus value equals share. If you're storytelling, go hard on emotion. If you're teaching, lead with practical value. And if you want people to keep thinking about you days later, plant a trigger. Virality isn't luck, it's cause and effect. And if you want to dive deeper and see real examples of how to apply all of this in your own business or content, I've linked up a video right here with my best performing marketing strategies so you can see what's working right now and how to implement it. So feel free to tap or click that now, and I'll see you in there in just a second.